Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest. Richard Parker is in the house.
Communicating not through words.
Right, through breath,
Right.
through breath, through movement, through listening. Sort of, we're listening with our entire bodies, like all of the impulses we're taking in and all of the impulses we're sending out are just constant throughout the entire show.
I'm exhausted just listening. I can only imagine, right?
It is a full.
Because everything is like, it has to be heightened. Your sense of smell and sight and like
everything. It is a full experience. I always say that this show is the most challenging mind, body, and spirit job I've ever had, specifically working on Life of Pi.
Not to mention the pressure that, you know, Richard Parker has won Best Supporting Actor. How does that play into the portrayal of Richard Parker?
I mean, I think it's just really exciting for the art form of puppetry that it's recognized on that level with the Olivier Award, and that a whole group, the entire team of 8 puppeteers were awarded the Olivier Awards. And so I think that speaks to what we do as artists, because a lot of times awards are singling people out, right? So the idea that this whole team,
You're seen.
yeah, was awarded, like puppetry was seen and awarded, but then also that a group of people and what they do as a collective was honored is, I think, really special and moves forward all of us as artists.
And speaking of being recognized, May is Asian American, Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I've been asking people about that too, and how special is it that we're having the run of Life of Pi at the Amundsen Theater all through March.
I think that's one of the other amazing things about this show is it highlights the diversity of this specific story and our South Asian community, and having so many of our cast members are actually originally based in LA. And so for them to be home during this time and to share the story, I think is really special for them. It's special for all of us.
What I love about puppets is it you know, all it takes is 10 seconds with one of them to bring out the child in all of us and that wonder and awe of the world. So let's bring out the incredible puppeteers who brought Richard Parker to life.
Working together with the 3 of us, we obviously play 3 very different parts. The head is kind of the observer, the first thing that sees the outside world, and then we do a lot of what's called passing the ball. So I have to react to what I see, and then I pass that information on physically and breath-wise to the heart puppeteer.
And I played the middle puppeteer, the heart puppeteer. I operate the front 2 paws of the tiger, as well as, like Betsy was saying, the spine of the tiger kind of rests along my spine. So I am responsible for the stepping of the front 2 paws and articulating through the front 2 paws, as well as bringing breath and movement into the cage of the tiger and bringing that to life.
I definitely anchor the back legs. I also find a lot of personality in the tail. So just like with any animal, if Richard Parker is excited, his tail will go up. If he's scared, it will tuck in. If he's relaxed, it'll kind of wag on the ground. So I'm back there listening to my teammates, waiting to get the cues, and then I add an additional extra little personality with the tail.
In this season, you know, the world-class puppetry, the award-winning puppetry that we have is like no other, and I'm very confident in saying that. But also, you know, this is a really incredible story, and the representation that we have in the show of East Asian and Southeast Asian actors and characters is really incredible, and I think it's a really important show to be touring this country in this moment in time.
Right, and also immigration, which is the buzzword right now with so many things going on about it, a lot of uncertainty around it.
You know, what we can do as storytellers is personalize around some of the issues that are happening, and here you get to experience and know this family that has this beautiful life, and they have a zoo and they love their life, and then they're not able to stay in their country because of outside conflict and what's happening. And so then they seek to make that journey, you know what I mean? And what they want is just a better life for their kids, which is what the parents want, which is what all parents want. And I think when folks can hear that what folks are doing when they immigrate into another country is that they want to be part of another country's landscape and be citizens there, and honor those traditions and cultures, as well as honoring the traditions and cultures that they come from, because where they were, you know, they couldn't stay in the way that they wanted. What I love is theater is it's a place for community to gather, and so for us to do this show this month, I'm really hoping we can, you know, I want to invite the Asian American community here in LA and Los Angeles to come join us till June 1.
A really important sort of subplot of the story is the story of immigration. And I think, like, you know, the story involves Pai and his family leaving India to escape political unrest and trying to seek a better life for themselves. And that is such a common thread, and it's such a hot topic right now. And in this day and age, like this play doesn't exist in a vacuum. We exist in the time that we're living in, and the time that we're living in is completely unpredictable and with so much uncharted territory. And I think this story is such an important reminder of the humanity that is involved with those decisions, of why people from these countries decide to upend everything that they've ever known and seek something better for themselves and their family and their future generations. So I really believe in the power of the story and that specific part of the narrative, to remind ourselves that sense of appreciation, that sense of understanding, and that sense of humanity and goodwill towards each other, to help us reconnect, I think, especially with the broader scale of this discussion about immigration in these times.
Break a leg, and we will be rooting for you, and happy Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month to you.
And to you. Thank you.